HTML has more features, and one of them is lists, guys. So we should learn first about lists, and they will divide. HTML divides this list for two places. Let's say three places, guys. They maintain UL, OL, DL. What that means? First is unordered lists. UL. First unordered and then lists. The second one is OL, that's order lists, and then DL, that's a definition list. So right now we care about only UL and OL, guys, because the example of DL definition list is not normally used by developers, but more times actually we use only order and unordered lists. But I will show you how actually definition lists works as well. So firstly, let's talk about our unordered lists, that is UL. So first of all, I'm going to remove that and then create over here some div, and I will call that my favorite, let's say fruits. So I'm going to create my unordered lists, and I will call that within the UL tag. And after creating UL tag within this UL, we have to create leaves, guys. So we need how much leaf? One. First, I'm going to write here apple. That's my first favorite fruit, and then we can copy and paste in, let's say we have 4 fruits. LI. Alright, so second one, let's say that's let's say I'm going to write over here some which fruit we want. Let's say banana. Okay, then I love to let's say blueberry or strawberry, and then let's write another name. Let's say I want to watermelon, or we can write some pear. Okay, it's enough. So my favorite fruits, that's my first unordered list, and let's see how it actually looks, guys. I'm going to open up my website and then refresh the page and see actually how it looks. As you see here, guys, it was listed and by a circle, and that's the points. So that's our favorite fruits, and I can make some change and give some type to my ULs, and how to do that. And let's write over here UL type, and let's write square. That's my square lists, and then changed, as you see here, that's square. And then another choice is disk only, and that's another, as you see here, like disk. It was changed to disk, and then I can write it like circle as well. That's your choice. Alright, I like that, circle. My favorite fruits: apple, banana, strawberry, pear. So that's our unordered lists, but that's the type attribute. We can use type attribute and for UL, and then to specify the type of bullet we like. So by default it's normal. If you write only without type, by default it will be like disk, all right? But you can give some type and then change bullet type, all right? So guys, now I would like to talk you about order lists. So you can put your items in a numbered list instead of bullet. So I will keep that one and create second div, and then here I will write my favorite cars, let's say, or car models. No, right, this cars is enough. And then li, we want to copy and paste, and then just all right. So first car is, let's say, Toyota. That's my favorite one. Toyota, and then BMW, and then Mercedes, and all right, Toyota, BMW, and Mercedes, and then let's write Hyundai. Let's create one more. I'm going to write over here, Kia. Okay, so save that. We didn't create our main tag. That will be OL, guys. That's order lists, all right? Order lists. Save that and refresh the page. So as you see here, it was listed by the number. So we can just we had right now this following result, and but we can give some types normally to all as a UL. To OL we can, by default, is a number actually, but we can give type. Let's say if I give here some type to my OL, by default that's number like that, from 1 till 5, all right? But if I will write some let's say in some, let's say, E, I don't want to see that, I, okay, so it will change automatically like Roman numbers, okay? So it depends on you, or otherwise I want to see that by letters like A, and then it will be A, B, C, D, E, all right? So how it looks actually, it depends on you, but by default it will be listed by numbers, guys. So we can create our favorite cars and list they by number. So that's all, guys. See you in the next one. So I'm going to create a symbol structure of website, guys. So as you see here, we have div, my fruits, and then my favorite cars, and we have lists, unordered lists, and order lists. But for a simple website, we can create first. We should create first some structure for header and footer, guys. And I'm going to show you actually how it looks. But firstly, let's to add over here our normal paragraph and lorem text, and then let's say that's our website, and here our BR. We cannot, we can not to write as well, but I'm going to write. And actually we use more time div, like just my website. But what is the best practice for to write something else and start your website? And if you're creating something from zero, you can use div. These divs is alright, but what is the best practice in HTML? That's header, guys. Header, head, not a head, but that's header. Okay, header. So that's my website, and then I'm going to add something at the end of my website. Usually here, if you faced normally you can see some copyright sign, and within the div I will write firstly, then copyright, and but for the best practice use not div, guys, use footer. So header and footer, right? Footer. So we have used header, p, div, ul, li, or olli, and then footer, guys. So let's save that and see what happens. Yep, that's our simple HTML structure. So I'm going to add something else over here, and that's, I guess, copy, and then this. That's a copyright sign, and as you see here, it appeared. This sign was appeared. So if I change to header as hate, $100, so percent, so yeah, it will be like that. All right, so guys, we cannot use this as well, but it will work. Okay, so that's our simple HTML structure, and we've learned with you the main simple tags. In the next video we will learn another tags, guys. See you in the next one. So guys, so let's say you want to create some news website, and firstly right now we are trying to learn HTML, and then here firstly we should create some simple structure of this website. And for creating some news website we need to learn about 3 more tags, guys. So actually here we have some let's say text, and then I'm going to delete that, and then I will keep only my header and footer. So firstly, if you want to create some website, let's say news website, you have to create some main tag, and in the main tag I'm going to create some sections. That's a sections. I have one section, and then second section, and then let's say third section, guys. So we have main tag within the, it's like div, guys. So within the instead of div we use section and main, and then I will show you in one tag more, but that's the HTML features actually. Then we don't want to use every time div tag, but because that's the best practice to use these tags in our HTML. So in our first section, let's say we have some articles, and then within the article I'm going to create my first linkable website, linkable news, guys. For Href, let's say some hash here, and then I'm going to close my a tag, and then within the a tag I'm going to write the text, the first news. That's, or alright, you can write first news, and then here we can write our first news and then write over here some lorem text. That's the default text of HTML. No, not legend. Alright, no, lorem. Okay, so that's our first news, guys. So second one is let's say second news, and I'm going to create second href and then again the hash that's linkable, and we can put over here some links. For example, let's write google.com, and I'm going to show you, and then here second news, and then close the a tag and then put over here second our href p tag and then lorem, no href, the lorem text. So we have, let's say, more news. Let's say copy and paste and paste and paste. Okay, so that's our first section. Second section, let's say we have some features here. Let's say we have some contact information. Okay, so I've put the link to href. Just let's save that and see actually what happens after the saving. And I'm going to refresh the page. Alright, as you see here, we have linkable. First news, second news, second news. Alright, now I'm going to change that to third news. Simple, just for practicing. I'm going to write fourth news. Alright, I guess 4 is enough. Okay, we can write fifth as well, but just fourth is enough. So guys, I'm sorry, we have another section, and then I'm going to open the developer tools. That's the, if you click on the web page and then the right click and then choose the inspect, and you can see actually how actually page looks. So first I have head tag, guys. What is a head? There is, I guess, nothing over here. So let's see, that's our head tag. We can see our all tags that we used in HTML over here in elements part. So that's full HTML. As you see here on the left side, that's full width. Now here, width and height 807, 576. So that's full HTML, guys. That's head, that's body. The size you can see on the left bottom. So then we have main tags. So as you see here, I can just close that main. It was highlighted from first news till fourth news, including that fourth news and including contact and features, because we have within the main we have sections. Let's open up the first section. That's feature section. That's contact. As you see here, I hover over the sections, and then on the left side automatically highlights our parts. So article, that's first article, that's lorem ipsum text. Second news, as you see here, it was highlighted, guys. So actually we can use and then check our page, our website, and see how our let's say codes work. All right, so if you remember, we've used a here, href, and then we've learned how actually linkable let's say tags work. All right, I'm going to refresh that. So when I click that one here, you can see this hash, guys. So that's a attribute. And then another choice was second news. When I click second news, you see that google.com right now file was not found, because I should write here www dot and then http if you write some google.com, and as you see here, it was should written with HTTPS, okay, HTTPS and HTTPS like that, and then google.com. Okay, so let's take that and copy and paste, because that's a normal should be like written like that. Save that, and let's try our page. All right, second news, as you see here, automatically opens google.com, because we've linked our second news, and when I put second news, that's the link, automatically opens google.com. You can put whatever you want here, and you can write and put some websites, and then link from your website to the another website, guys. So and we can just if you would like to open this website not in the page, if you not in this tab, if you want to click that and open in the new tab, we have in HTML the target blank tag. So I'm going to show you actually how can use that. That's the target blank, and then you should put like this symbol and then blank. Save that, guys, and refresh the page and click that. As you see here on the second page, on the second tab was opened. So that's the better practice, because I want to keep my website and see the link on a second tab. So I'm going to click that, and automatically opens second tab. So that's all about a tag, and we've learned with you guys, if you want to create some something like some website like just about news, you have to create some main and then section. That's, we can use some articles and then how to link that, and then open our link in the new tab. That's enough for this video. See you in the next one. So what if, guys, if you want to create some texts, but if you want to list them by, let's say, sizes. So I'm going to delete that and then create something interesting, and I'm going to delete that main as well. And let's say we have the texts, guys, and I want to just create the text by the different sizes. So in HTML, there is one, let's say, feature, that's a heading element. So let's say heading elements, that's because there are 6 elements. So we have from H1 till H6 elements, 6 heading elements, and then it describes how the text size looks. So guys, firstly I'm going to create the h1, and for h1 I'm going to write something that's the biggest size of HTML heading. All right, so I'm going to save that, and then no, not that one. Okay, we have screen recorder actually. So let's refresh the page, guys. Oh, that's the biggest size of HTML heading. So guys, roughly the pixel height is 32 pixels. All right, but what if I want to write and use a little bit smaller? So we have H2 for the smallest one. That's the smaller than H1. Okay, so save that, refresh. As you see here, right now we have roughly 24 pixels height. But what if I want a little bit, let's say, smaller? So I'm going to write that's the smallest as, or smallest, or smaller than, all right, smaller than h2, guys. I'm going to save that and refresh the page. That's the result. That's roughly 19 pixels or 18.72 pixels. All right, so, and what if I want to write h2, and for h2 it will be that's the smaller than h3, and then I'm going to refresh the page at, oh no, h4, guys, I'm sorry, h4, and refresh the page, and that's the smaller, that's roughly 16 pixels, and I'm going to write h5, and that's h5. Okay, so refresh the page. Right now that's a little bit smaller font size. It's pixel height 13.28 pixels, and then the last one, h6, guys. So for h6 we can write that's the smallest one. Okay, so save that and refresh the page. As you see here, that's too much smaller, guys. So here the pixel height is roughly 10.72. Okay, I'm going to talk about in this tutorial about table, guys. So what is a table? With HTML we can create some tables. That table allow us to arrange data like image, like just texts, and we can just arrange this data into rows and columns. So how can we do that? And I'm going to show you in practical ways. So HTML tables are created using the table tag, and we can open up our table. So here we can use just let's firstly talk about HTML structure. As you see here, we have HTML and first head, and then body part, and then we close HTML again here. In the table, you can think of this table like one HTML page structure. So we can just here divide all table structure to 3 or 4 parts. No, 4 is much enough. So let's say two part. We have T head and T body. We will use that and then T body, guys. So I'm going to open up my head tag and we will add only the letter T because we want to create table head. Okay, so within the table head I'm going to open my tr, and within this tr I'm going open my th, guys. So tr is used to create table rows, and th, that's the table heading, and this tag will be put to replace td tag, and I will tell you about that. And that is used to represent data cell. So I'm going to create a data with information, first name and last name, and as well as age. So that's why let's write first name for first th, and for the second th let's write last name, and then for the third one let's write age, guys. Alright, now I'm going to uh, keep that's our head part, and now we can open up our body, and that's a table body. So adding t and to the beginning of the word, to the beginning of the body, and then we add t, that will be table body. And within the table body normally we should open our tr again. So what is a tr? And I'll tell you again. Tr is used to create a table rows, and then for this time I'm going to use td, that is used to create data cells. So how to do that? And let's write first our first name, let's say Timothy, and for the Timothy, the last name, I'm going to write Babak, okay, or Barker, sorry. So then age, for the age I can use 26. All right, now we can add more first name and last name. For this time I'm going to write Bright Covey, and Steven Steven, let's say Fadley. Okay, so and then change it again, 36 and then 25. Okay, so let's save that in, guys. Oh, no, I don't want this. And let's refresh our page. So that is our table, but without any borders, guys. So how can we add borders? Actually, the borders we can add with the CSS part, and but right now I'm not gonna use and show you some CSS properties, but right now is enough to do it within the HTML. So how can we add border? So in a table we have the table, and here I can add some border, guys. For the border I'm going to tell you equals to 1 pixels. Okay, so save that and refresh. That's our border, and that's our interesting table with data, first name, last name, and age, guys. So that's the table part. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. We've learned so far, guys, with you some HTML simple HTML tags, and then now time to create some simple let's say text project, simple HTML text project. So I'm going to delete this table, and what we used before creating our simple project. I'm going to remind you some, let's say, some tags, then what we learned in this tutorial, in this part, beginner HTML, let's say, part, and we can just remind that and then use these tags for our project. So for creating simple text project, guys, we will use with you some tags. We'll learn with you heading tags from H1 till H6, and we will use here article for creating some articles, and then section. If you remember, we've discussed about that. So using div is not better practice for creating some big projects. If we are trying to use article or some section instead of div block, it will help and give us let's say good view to our project, as well as it will be best practice for using HTML5 in our project, not only HTML4. Alright, so now I'm going to create my first text, let's say text project. So before starting, and let's delete all this HTML and start from zero. So for creating some pages, we can write our HTML, this word, in our text editor, and then automatically the structure appeared on a page. So I can call my this project simple HTML project. Okay, then let's go a little bit move down and open up. Let's say I want to create unstyled website about, let's say, news website. Okay, so I need first create my main tag, and within this main tag I want to open up the section, and okay, so within this section let's call our website, or let's write about page. Firstly, create about page, okay, so that's our first section, and then I'm going to open up my second section, and within this section we can just create more articles, and for each article I can give some links for the main news or sentence. So how can we do that? And I'm going to open up my Href tag, and for Href tag, as you know, we can give some links, as we've learned in previous videos. How can give a link, how to link let's say some words or some just a sentence, and we should add some direction of website, direction of page within these quotes, and then it depends on, we can just write over here target blank for opening this page in the new tab, or keep it like that and that will open at the same page. So this href in here, I'm going to use h3 tag, and here my first news website, my first news. Let's say I'm going to to create a technology technology news website. All right. So the first technology, let's say information. Let's say that's a news website, or that's a blog about technology news, or blog about technology, or just simple blog about technology. Okay, information, or new features. So let's say first new features. So features of JavaScript in 2017, or let's say 2019, okay, for the previous year, for the last year. Then I'm going to open my, by default text, my lorem ipsum, and let's write lorem. Okay, so then we can just copy and paste all article, and okay, so we have three main let's say three main news, and but here I don't want to change and write some news over here, because that's a simple showing you guys how actually it works, how can we create by default and by default texts. All right, so you can create your own news website, but write something interesting instead of this lorem ipsum by default text. And then I'm going to change the h3 parts to the another technology news. So let's say another technology news about web development, and I'm going to write right over here modern website development. Let's say that's a news heading. Modern website development, frameworks like Angular. All right, now that's our second link. And then normally sometimes, let's say sometimes we face the news that involves more people. That's news like that 5 new web development technologies in 2020. Okay, that's the secret way, or let's say that's a tricky way to involve the people. All right, so 5 new web development technologies in 2020. So guys, that's simple text project we've created with you, and we have 3 blocks, and I'm going to add one more, and here I'm going to write another heading just over here, right? 7 web development trends of 2019. Okay, so save that, guys, and see what happens after refreshing the page. All right, clear. So as you see here, we have above page, but the above page without any link because I didn't put an href tag. And then I have new features, as you see here, that the hash appeared on a search bar because I don't have any actual or live website to link in. And then that's the second website. That's the second news why modern website development frameworks like Angular, and 5 new web development technologies in 2020, and 7 web development trends of 2019. So guys, one thing more I'm going to tell you that we can just add at the end of our after the main, let's say end of the page, I'm going to we will learn with you the footer, how to create a footers for the website, and for if you're going to create some footers of your web page, that should be allocated on the end of the website. But if you want to give it in the align or in the center, is how can you change the how can you float this information on the center? You have to use, we have center, okay, center tag, that's center, and right over here, so all rights, okay, or terms of service, we can write terms of service, or let's write end of the project. Okay, so save that, guys, and then refresh the page. As you see here, this end of the project literally in the center of the page. So as you see here, guys, that's the little bit responsive. Okay, so, and we can use our developer tool for seeing how actually it works. Just I'm going to inspect that, and then see our sections. The first, that's the total section, and I have one article, the first article, the second article, third one, and then fourth. That's our hrefs. That's our footer, guys. So that's the main HTML part we've learned with you, and ended this part with simple HTML text project. So see you in the guys advanced HTML.